Hello, welcome to Coin Times with Maria Matic. There's a lot of going on the cryptocurrency market at the moment, but I would like to focus on Gemini dollars. Winklevoss brothers announced the issuance of new stablecoin, which is, according to them, the first compliant and the first fully regulatory approved cryptocurrency stablecoin in the world, which might be a bit of a stretch because we have Paxos, we have Circle stablecoin and other stablecoins which are also compliant. They say it's fully regulated by the New York regulator, which is quite a thing because it's difficult to get approval from them. They also said that Gemini dollars will be insured by a Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, which I'm not quite sure what it means, like who is going to be treated as depositor here, because FDIC actually insures depositors to the bank, which is covered by them, up to the $250,000. But who is going to be the depositor in this case? Is it going to be Gemini? Are they going to treat Gemini as a bank and us as depositors covered up to $250,000? Or they're going to treat, which is more likely, they're going to treat Gemini as a depositor to the bank? In this case, like, what is the limit they're going to be covered with? Is it $250,000? Because if it's that amount, what does it even mean? I mean, they're going to be printing hundreds of millions and billions of this coin, Gemini dollars. So this amount is quite insignificant and it doesn't really mean anything to us. I asked Winklevoss what will be the limit, but he hasn't answered. So I'm not quite sure what this means for us and why it's so hyped. Why is this aspect of the story so hyped? I've read a white paper and the issuance is quite strange. At the time of the withdrawal, when you withdraw from the Gemini exchange, you're actually creating Gemini dollars. And when you bring them back to the Gemini exchange, you're actually redeeming them, destroying them, burning them, whatever. So that's the way of issuing. You as a user are basically issuing Gemini coins. There's no total supply and there's no info about, there's this print limiter, something called print limiter, which limits the issuance, but there's no info about the governance. They basically say we are able to pause, to block, to reverse transactions as we please, which is quite a big thing. They need blockchain just in order to become a bank, to be able to do what the bank does, like block our transactions or if demanded by the government, etc. They built this coin on Ethereum with smart contracts. So I don't see really the need for, this is a very centralized coin, mutable. It's not trustless. It's simply, I don't even see the need for blockchain except to have these smart contracts in which they are going to be able, which will give them the ability to burn our coins or block our coins and reverse transactions. And I feel quite unsafe in this aspect because, you know, you can lose your money. You can lose the value in this way unless you trust them. I mean, Winklevoss brothers are respectable characters, are respectable members of the crypto community. They did some very good things in terms of promotion of Bitcoin and everything, but I'm not quite sure why is this stablecoin so hyped, and I'm not really sure what's the difference between the fiat currency and this Gemini dollar. Like, fiat currency is controlled by the government and Gemini dollar is controlled by the government and two guys. It's probably better to have Gemini dollars than Tether, because Tether is, unlike Gemini dollars, which will be placed in a US bank and audited. Tether has never been audited and we don't really know if they're backed by the real fiat currency as stated. But I would like to know, like, what the usage, what's the point of these Gemini dollars? Like, they're going to be used by traders as they are now, as the tethers are now, to park the value. or they're going to be, like Winklevosses are hoping that it's going to be used by decentralized applications built on Ethereum, and also institutions which cannot use banks during weekends, etc. So let me know what you think about this, and hope to see you soon. Have a nice day and goodbye.